Welcome back, everyone. It is Sunday, March 9th in the NBA. My best plays are on the way. Today, we have a fun slate of action as we have a game starting at 1 p.m., which we have a play in. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And, of course, we have games all throughout the day. A lot of televised action today in the NBA. But either way, my name is Austin. As always, we happen to recap of yesterday. And, hey, it was a winning day for us, a 2-1 day. Amen Thompson is under in points cashed. A little sweaty as he's playing when they're up 36. He ends up getting injured. So get well soon, Amen Thompson. LeBron and Tatum rebounds parlay. Couldn't get much easier than that. They both had, 12 rebounds, something like that. And then Franz Wagner could not come through to get the sweep for us. He ended with 18 points, didn't score a single point in the first quarter. So going to be tough to hit an over at 23.5 when you don't score in the first. But we'll certainly take it, a winning day. Yesterday, I said if we had a winning day, I'd run back the gray polka dot polo. And it's back. So let's see if we can deliver another winning day for us. Now, in addition to that, we also had an Underdog fantasy entry in. Wouldn't you know, that bad boy smacked. Luka, lower assists, Giannis, lower assists, and CJ made us sweat a little bit, but it did cash, turned $25 into 97. We love to see that. We'll have another one at the end of the video. As a reminder, Underdog Fantasy, you use code COS, they'll give you a free pick, which we'll touch on in just 1 second. They'll also match your first deposit up to $1,000. Today's free pick is Giannis to get 1 point. Now, he is on a back-to-back. He might not play. If he somehow doesn't play, they'll just replace him with another free pick. So don't worry if he somehow ruled out. We'll just get a new one. So again, use code COS to get your match on your first deposit up to $1,000 and that free pick. Only available to new users. Link down below in the description. We'll have an Underdog slip at the end of the video, and hopefully we can smack once again. Let's dive in the picks, though, again. Appreciate you guys for tuning in on a Sunday. Do me a favor, like, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. First play of the day, we got an over. That's Trey Murphy III, over 30.5 PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists, minus 110 on DraftKings, a 1-unit play. Him and the Pelicans play host to the Memphis Grizzlies tonight. Now, there are some injury news here for the Pelicans. Number one, Zion Williamson, who has not been ruled out as I record this, but he has not played in a back-to-back in a hot minute, and I would be shocked if he played in a back-to-back today. He hasn't. I think he's missed our last 4 back-to-backs. They basically said, we're not playing you in back-to-back. So I see Trey Murphy taking an uptick in usage. Worth noting, CJ McCollum did not play in their last back-to-back. I'm not too worried if CJ's in or out. If he's out, you'll probably see Bruce Brown, who kind of can be annoying on the rebounds and assists and stuff like that. But I really like the upside for Trey Murphy today, as this over-under against Memphis is set to almost 240. So a lot of points, rebounds, assists are expected in this game. I think Trey Murphy can stuff the stat sheet. Individual line, we would normally just go to his over in points, but hey, he's been dishing the ball a good amount in his last few games without Zion, and I like him to have the ball in his hands a ton tonight. Now, let's talk about Trey Murphy, and of course, we'll be back on PropsMadness. A reminder, code COS will give you a match, 25% off on your first purchase. Let's dive into this, though, a little bit, and let's first look at Trey Murphy. Now, in terms of the last 30 games, over 19 of 30. Very good hit rate, but first I want to start with his matchup. You look at how he scores the basketball. Spot-up shooting, 25% of his points. The Grizzlies ranked 23rd there. Transition, the Grizzlies ranked second to last. Free throws, 27th. And then pick and roll ball handler, 21st. This has been a bad defense. They are 11th in defensive rating, but they give up a lot of points. Hence why the team, the total is set to 239.5. They're the 6th worst defense over the last 10 games. You see where he does the damage. A lot on above the break threes, where the Grizzlies have struggled, 28th there. Now, he has played the Grizzlies a few times this season. You see, he missed barely on this game on the hook, 21 points, shot 8 of 23, 9 rebounds, didn't get a single assist in that one. Brandon Ingram and Zion were both out, but DeJounte Murray was in, CJ McCollum was in, and the other guys were there. This game, he went off 42 PRAs. Again, Zion and Ingram are out, but a lot of the other guys are in there, like DeJounte, CJ McCollum. Still, pretty big game for him. And then this one, Zion and Ingram once again out. Again, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Still, DeJounte and CJ McCollum both playing in those games. But when you look at the games this season, when you've seen Zion out, and even if Zion somehow plays on a back-to-back today, I don't honestly hate this play. I think it's still a good one in a pace-up spot. But Brandon Ingram's out and DeJounte's out. He's only playing 3 games. 34 against the Pacers. 38 on a game he shot 4 for 17, still came through, and then 21 against the Suns. Something weird happened here. He only shot 8 times. I don't know what went down. Basically, everyone else in the starting lineup had 10 or more field goal attempts, but he did not. But either way, I don't see that happening today where he's getting doubled by the Suns. And you see in these last few games without Zion, you look at this game, 9 potential assists, this game 10, and then this game 9 potential assists as well. So I like the upside in everything today. I don't know if he's the one that has to guard Ja Morant or not. I'm not too worried about it. So I really think it's a good spot to back him. If we're lucky, we'll get Trey Murphy maybe on someone that doesn't shoot as much so he can crash the boards for some more rebounds. But again, I think he stuffs the stat sheet tonight at home. You'll normally see him shoot a little bit better. So I like Trey Murphy III over in PRAs. Individual line, just points. But as I said, a lot of potential assists recently. Great matchup here with the total set to 239.5. I would lean towards the points and assists the most, but he's actually been rebounding the ball not too shabby without Zion. In fact, I'll pull up just the rebounds one last time before we get on out of here. You look at his last few games without Zion. Let's keep in mind these were a lot of games that they kind of switched their traded for some guys, but we've seen some higher rebound type games. So I think there's value there. I like the PRAs for Trey Murphy. Give me his over, first play of the day. My next play, we technically have another over. And I know that doesn't stick to the status quo, but we do have an SGP coming in a second. This is a guy that I got to run it back. That's DeMar DeRozan. Over in PRAs, 33.5, minus 115 on DraftKings. Sharper books had this at 35.5. So 33.5, a great buy low. 34.5, I'm all in. 35.5 maybe is where I dial it back to maybe just the half unit. But I really like DeMar DeRozan, and I get it. He hurt us in the last game. It's, in fact, twice he's hurt us over the last few weeks, where we've taken his points and assist line and he cashed the PRAs. So I'm just going to PRAs tonight. If he cashes points and assists and doesn't cash PRAs, I'm out on DeMar DeRozan. You won't see me backing him ever again. But if you talk about the same exact sort of thing as last game, Sabonis probably out. He hasn't been officially ruled out, but I doubt he plays. And then Malik Monk already ruled out. So without those two guys, you're going to see a lot of usage go the way of DeMar DeRozan. And he cashed this PRA line in his last game. I don't know why we dropped the line to 33.5, but I mean, I'll jump all on it. I really like this. I like the volume here against the Clippers. I think this should be another great spot. And we'll just kind of go through some numbers real quick and get on out of here. Last two games when we've seen without Monk and Sabonis, both out, 46 and 38 PRAs. I mean, 46 on 32 field goal attempts in 42 minutes. 38 here, 8 for 19. Not a great shooting game for him. But again, 15 potential assists, 9 rebounds, 22 points. I mean, he stuffed the stat sheet. And again, against this matchup, is it a good one in terms of how he scores the basketball against the Clippers? Maybe not, but I really think the volume is going to continue to be there for Malik Monk, not Malik Monk, for DeMar DeRozan. And if you look at over the last 10 games, the Clippers, second fewest catch and shoot threes allowed. So I don't see big games coming from the other guys. Maybe that limits DeMar's assists, but when he gets the volume and he gets the shot attempts, I really don't see how he's being stopped here. And we've seen this season, last game we did 20 plus field goal attempts. He only technically got up to 18. If you were to just look at him when he shoots 18 or more times, he's over this line nearly every game. I mean, you can see 33.5 available on a couple different books, including FanDuel and DraftKings, but he's over this in 17 of 24 games. If you look at games in which he gets a high enough usage rate, which let's keep in mind, these last two games, his usage rate has been very good. Look at the last two games. 37% and 27%. This was big game by Zach LaVine. When he gets a 25% usage rate or higher, which I'm pretty confident he gets at over in 15 of 22, I really think this is a big spot for him. If you want some motivation for it, he'll face Kawhi Leonard. I don't know how many times he's faced Kawhi. Can't be too often, but we know DeMar DeRozan was traded away from Toronto, where he loved playing for Kawhi Leonard. Kind of felt like he stole his thunder winning a championship there. So hey, if you want any added motivation there, go off DeMar DeRozan. I just think this is a Clippers team that's not going to double team DeMar DeRozan when he gets in the post. And I think it's going to be tough for the Sacramento Kings to score here. So I'm going to look for a lot of post-ups for DeMar. I think he can score 30 points today. But I'd rather take the PRAs because he's been doing a pretty good job of getting his teammates involved, basically running point for this team without Monk and Sabonis in there. So I really think this is a great spot for DeMar DeRozan. If he does not cash today, we'll put him on the back burner. If he cashes points and assists, which is like 29.5, and doesn't cash our PRA line, I'll probably crash out tomorrow. My third and final play of the day, technically you can split it up into two, although one of them is only a half unit play, and that is Nikola Jokic. This is the earliest game on the slate, so if this one already started, you can maybe move on to the Underdog fantasy slip, which we'll touch on right after this pick. 2 picks on Nikola Jokic. The first one for 1 unit is his under 26.5 points. The second one is a 2-leg parlay. It's his under in points, parlayed with his over in rebounds plus assists, R plus A's. Now, the regular under is minus 115 on Bet365 for 1 unit. I'm playing the under in points, over in RAs at plus 264 on FanDuel for just a quarter unit. I don't want to go too crazy on Jokic. I know you could take him to get a triple-double, which would technically only be 20 RAs, but I mean, if he gets a triple-double, he doesn't get 22.5 RAs, whatever, chalk it up to the game, but you actually get better value taking the RAs instead of the triple-double, which I like the upside in this matchup against the Thunder for him to grab 15, 20 rebounds or for him to get 15, 20 assists. I like the upside in both categories, which we'll touch on in a little bit. But again, a tough matchup here for Nikola Jokic. Early start, but he's facing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who we know are, I mean, hard to score on that team. Now, if you look at Jokic, he has faced them twice this season, head-to-head wise, twice. 41 and 59 PRAs. Now, let's dive into it. 41, he had 16 points, cashed the under. He had 12 rebounds, 13 assists. You look at the rebound chances, 24, potential assists, 26. 50 rebound and assist chances, a lot of assist chances in there. Cash the parlay, cashed his under. The other game against the Thunder, 23 points, 20 rebounds, and 16 assists. So 62 rebound and assist chances. Now, I will note Jamal Murray and Aaron Gordon were out of that game. So obviously, we'll see more assist chances and stuff like that. But this game, everyone's healthy, and he still didn't score a lot. Tough matchup for him to score, and he had a ton of potential assists. I mean, we know Jamal Murray is going to get the Lou Dort shadow, and I don't see Jokic having a big day. Now, can he go out there and drop 30 points? Yes, but we've seen him kind of slowing down as of late, and I don't know if this is a matchup that he gets 20 field goal attempts. So even in this spot, we know how good the Thunder are defensively. They're really talented. In terms of his ways of scoring, sure, you could say he has some good matchups here, but we know most of his scoring isn't, posting up. I don't know if they're going to let him post up Isaiah Hartenstein. I don't know if that's where the Nuggets really want to go. I really think the Nuggets are just going to want to shoot a lot of threes, given that the Thunder shoot a lot of threes. So you kind of see teams try to match that. He's going to get Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren on him nonstop. It's a really tough matchup. If he goes over, I tip the cap, but it is a really tough matchup. In terms of the points, he's under in, half of the games. He's got everyone healthy today. I could see maybe Michael Porter Jr. having a good game or someone else. It's a really tough spot. Head-to-head wise, last year, he didn't have the best of numbers, 28, 24, and 19 points. A lot of these games weren't competitive. 33-point game here, 26-point game here. I really think this is a very tough spot for Jokic to score, but I think he's going to be dishing it. We know how many rebounds the Thunder give up, and I think with Jamal Murray having Lou Dort on him, you're going to see them want to get it to Jokic, maybe get some dribble handoffs to get Jamal Murray going, which obviously will count as an assist. So I really like the upside for Jokic to stuff the stat sheet today, but I really don't like the points. So I like his under in points, the over in rebounds and assists. I think it's a solid plus 264. You might get I don't think there's better value out there. You'll get better value for the triple-double, which honestly, funny enough, the triple-double was worse value on FanDuel combined. In terms of a Bet365, I think you got up to plus 300, but I'm willing to go from plus 300 to plus 264 to bring in the upside for a 15 assist type game or a 15 rebound type game. We know they're going to need his size out there. I hope this game's close. Obviously, could not be, if I say obviously one more time, sorry. It couldn't maybe not be close, but I think it is. And if it isn't and this doesn't smack, they play again tomorrow. So that's my only concern is if this is a blowout, they will not play Jokic if they're down 20 points. I don't know if they'll play him a ton in that fourth quarter. But if this game's competitive, which I think it will be, I think we got a good chance of cashing this under and the over and rebounds and assists as well. I think it's a great play. So I really do like that one. So to recap my 3 picks before I dive into the underdog entry, we'll have Trey Murphy's over in PRAs, DeMar's over in PRAs, and then Jokic under in points, and then that parlay under in points, over in rebounds and assists. Again, just a total of 1.25 units, but I do like that of the upside for that plus 264 parlay. I think it's solid odds. We'll take that. Finally, we need to wrap up the video with an underdog fantasy entry. As you guys should know, my most profitable market this season has been unders and threes. Now, I don't take a lot of unders and threes because the 3-point market is a tricky one. I feel like you either get guys with 1.5 3-point lines, but they're juiced to minus 170 for the over, or you get 2.5 juiced to the under, or you get guys at like 3.5, 4.5, which I'll dabble in those, but that's very few and far between. Today, an all under and 3-point market. Now let's look at it. This is the one I really cooked up. I really like this one. It's 4 guys, all lower, 2.5 3-pointers made. And it turns $25 into 82. Solid. These aren't everyone's individual lines, but I raised a bunch of them up one or so, except for Keegan Murray. He's the only one that has a 2.5 line. Granted, it is juiced towards the under there. But I really like this. Reminder, Underdog Fantasy, you will get that Giannis free pick. You can throw it in here if you want. You can turn they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. So free money out there. Go take advantage. Get that free pick in there as well. Let's talk with these guys. De'Aaron Fox, John Morant, and Najee Marshall. Those are 3 guys over the last 10 games have some of the lowest 3-point shooting numbers in the league. John Morant shooting like 15% from 3 over the last 10 games. De'Aaron Fox over his last like 6 games is shooting like 16%, something disgusting. Najee Marshall is shooting like 15%. Keegan Murray is the one guy that's shooting a little bit better, but he's on the road facing the Clippers, who we talked about. They've given up the second fewest catch and shoot 3-point attempts over the last 10 games. I don't know if he's getting a ton of volume. He probably has to guard Kawhi Leonard as well. I'll fade Keegan on the road, lower 2.5 threes any day of the week. If he burns us, whatever. But these are 4 guys that I love fading. $25 turns into 82. Not as much as the 100 yesterday, but I think we get a good chance there. So reminder, use code COS. You can tail this slip. You can also get that Giannis free pick as well. That was my favorite picks today. Let's have a wonderful Sunday. Let's leave the gray polka dot polo. Can bring the good vibes. And if it does, I'll see me back tomorrow in it. Again, thanks for tuning in. Let's hope Jokic went under to start the day. If not, chasing from behind with Trey and DeMar will come through. See you guys back again in the next one. It's Austin. I'm signing out. Peace.